Good morning, everybody. Welcome to Center for Spiritual Living Redlands. My name is Joe. I'll be leading you on this guided meditation this morning. Let me invite you to take a nice deep inhalation through your nose. Exhale through your mouth, out your mouth. Go ahead and hold your back straight. Let your shoulders drop. As we continue to breathe this pattern deep in through the nose, as we close our outer eyes, exhale out the mouth. Just allow your shoulders to relax, your body to ease. With every exhalation, we expel all that is unwanted, unneeded from our bodies. And we breathe in all that is needed, all that is good. Taking in that oxygen, letting it expand our lungs. With every in-breath, feeling that Christ light inside at the core of our being flare up and stoke, filling our bodies with light, radiant, warm, comforting. As we center ourselves now in oneness with this universal presence, consciousness, mind, whatever you choose to call it, this higher power that surrounds, is omnipotent, omniscient, is our source and supply and sufficiency in which we move, live, and have our being in. As we keep our attention focused on our breathing, just feel your belly expand with every inhalation and contract with every exhalation. As we feel the rise and fall, centered and focused on our breathing. Gathered here in oneness with the Absolute. Allow your third eye, your divine eye, to see, feel, visualize this all comforting, peaceful serenity now. As we breathe, just feel that tension being pulled away from your body, pulled away, dissipating into the air as it flows outward with every exhalation. Like smoke dissipating and evaporating into thin air. As we feel all that tension drop from our head, flowing downward from your upper arms, your chest, down to your belly. Just feel all that tension dropping and flowing down like water down a drain, down to your legs, your knees, your calves, your feet, and down into the earth. Relaxed, centered. Should any distracting thoughts enter your mind, any exterior noises or thoughts, or just do not resist. Just let them pass with ease, with grace. And return your focus to your breathing. Here, in this place, in this space, knowing that we belong, know that we are all spiritual beings living a human existence. See yourself beyond, standing in front of a vast, expansive ocean. Your feet, your bare feet on the sand, grounded with the earth. See this ocean as an ocean of souls, individual souls, that you are among. We are a vast, expansive ocean of souls moving, being within the body of spirit. Spirit that is perfect, whole, complete. Among a family, a community, a global community and family. each and every individual outward expression and creation of this divine spirit, this all-powerful universal mind. All-inclusive we are. It is a great power, one of good, one of peace, one of love, one of creation. And in this knowingness, we hold no grudges, no animosity, no judgment as to any individual's defects of character, any sense of separation from this knowingness, this truth of our wholeness, of our unity with this divine mind. It's just that, a separation. We pull ourselves back into this knowingness of truth, consciousness that is love. Community. Belonging. As we are all perfect, whole, complete, within the body of God. And when free will moves us into any negating thoughts, into any judgment, against any of our fellow sisters, brothers, global family. We go back to the truth. knowing that each and every child of God, divine manifestation, creation of spirit, strives for their best and greatest good, here and now and always. Not taking anything personally. Never making assumptions. Always being impeccable with our word. And always doing our best. These 4 agreements, beautifully interpreted by Don Miguel Ruiz, are truth. Spanning centuries. Knowing the best and greatest of good for each and every sentient being. We know, meet, encounter in our day-to-day goings on. We abide in these 4 agreements, knowing that we belong to a much bigger, greater good. The law of spirit and mind and intelligence is what binds us all. Now, as we move back into this present moment, into this sanctuary, into this space, I invite you to just wiggle your fingers, your toes. And when you're ready, I invite you to open your outer eyes. This concludes our meditation. Thank you.
Into the room. Morning, everybody. Looking good out there. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, God loves you and I love you too. Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together. 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 We come together in the name of love. We come together. We come together. We come together. We come together. We come together in the name of love. Look at the person next to you. I recognize the God in you.
Recognize God in you.
Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
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 We come together in the name of love.
From every walk of life, every creed and color, in kinship we unite, in honor of the love of each other. Take a look at the person next to you. Say, Namaste, I bow to you.
Namaste, bow to you.
Feel the love in the sanctuary. Lift your voice, repeat after me. We come together.
We come together. We come together.
Come together.
We come together in the name of love.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
We come together.
Come together.
We come together in the name of love.
Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we've come to be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, hey, hey. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Here we stand on holy ground. Let us make a joyful sound. Hey, 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 hey. Everybody, get up on your feet. See the light in everybody you meet. Everybody,
Get up on your feet.
See the light in everybody you meet. Let us be reminded who we're gonna be. We are love, we are one big family. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah, yeah. Hey, 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 yeah, yeah. Morning, morning.
Good morning, everyone, and Good morning, and welcome to the Center for Spiritual Living Redlands. My name is Mary Jo Morris. I'm on the Board of Trustees here at the Center. Thank you, everyone, for joining us on Facebook Live and YouTube, and here in our beautiful sanctuary. It is truly a privilege and an honor to welcome you to our Sunday celebration service. CSL Redlands is a new thought community living an ancient wisdom philosophy based on the science of mind. The science of mind philosophy was developed in the early 20th century by writer and lecturer Reverend Dr. Ernest Holmes. Dr. Holmes studied truths from all the world's religious traditions and spiritual paths and developed a fresh new way for us to look at ourselves and how we fit into the world. CSL Redlands is an open and inclusive community, honoring people from every background, all races, sexual orientations, gender expressions, and spiritual paths. No matter who you are or where you are on your journey of faith, you are always welcome here. Our purpose is to awaken humanity to its spiritual magnificence, and our vision is a world that works for everyone. If you're here with us for the first time, please raise your hand and let us properly greet you. Okay, we've got one person in the back there. Who's in charge of our little welcome packet? We're a little short-handed today. I apologize.
Eileen's got it.
Eileen's got it. Okay. Eileen's coming over. Thank you for identifying yourself. We know you have a choice for your spiritual community, and again, we're delighted to have you visit with us today. A gentle reminder to silence your cell phones and place them safely away so that you may participate more fully. And now I'm going to move on to our announcements for Sunday, December 4th, today. Practitioners are invited to pray in the room Sunday mornings at 9:30 a.m. We pray for our center, our congregation, our friends, and spiritual director. All are welcome. Volunteers are needed as well as food donations of lunch meat, condiments, lettuce and tomatoes, and fruit for the Sack Lunch Saturday food program for the homeless. Please see Joe Nelson, he's the guy who did the opening meditation, for more information. Gilman and Friends, Christmas in Ukraine concert and fundraiser featuring Al Yankee and the legendary Neverlees.
Neverlees.
Who is the legendary Neverlees?
They're like the Everleys, but with an N.
All right. That will be Friday, December 16th, 5 to 8 p.m. Love donations will arrive in Ukraine before Christmas. The next Vegan Depot is scheduled for Saturday, December 10th, and that will be going on in the parking lot out here, lots of good vegan food. Volunteers are needed for the morning shift and the afternoon/closing shift. And finally, Friday, December 23rd will be movie night. It's a Wonderful Life. I'm assuming, Phil, you're in charge of that, right? Yes. Doors open at 5:30 p.m., potluck, and movie to follow at 7 p.m. That will be a $5 love donation. You are magnificent and loved as you are, right where you are. God is.
We're going to get centered here with an old song it's recorded by the Youngbloods.
Love is but a song we sing, fear's the way we die. You can make the mountains ring or make the angels cry. Though the bird is on the wing, you may not know why. Come on, people, now smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Some will come and some may go. This will surely pass. When the one who left us here returns for us at last, we are but a moment's sunlight fading in the grass. Come on, people, now smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. If you hear the song I sing, you will understand. You hold the key to love and fear, all in your trembling hand. Just one key unlocks them both. It's there at your command. Come on, people, now smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Come on, people, now smile on your brother. Everybody get together, try to love one another right now. Right now, right
Thank you.
Thank you, Gilman. Thank you, Dream Band. Hello, everybody, again. Let me go ahead and ask you to just rise and join me in this invocation, knowing that God's Spirit is all there is in this place, in this space, all around, present in every point in space and time, at the same time, always. I know that this source supply sufficiency is my source supply sufficiency. It is all powerful, all creative. Its nature is benevolent, it is love, it is peace, it is joy, it is calm. It's consoling, it is divine, and I embrace this truth in unification with Spirit, knowing that I too am a co-creator with this intelligence, and I speak this word for this congregation is true. I speak this truth to all those viewing online on Facebook, on YouTube, wherever they may be. How grateful I am for Gilman, Carver, and Al Yankee and the Dream Band for the music that fills this sanctuary space today, blesses us, opens us up to the receptivity of spirit and to the message to be delivered here today by Sonja Prince. I'm grateful for our board of directors, for keeping this place functioning and coordinating, working with all those volunteers who join here and assisting us with all of these wonderful events we're having. That's continually sustaining us and supplying us in spirit, in truth, in consciousness. In this spiritual community where we all belong. We belong together. We are one. We are one as a community. We are one with spirit. We hold this truth to be self-evident. And I just can't express enough gratitude for all those that make it happen, that make Center for Spiritual Living Redlands happen, that make this truth known, this truth that vibrates outward beyond the walls of the sanctuary, across the earth, across the universe, knowing that it is eternal, it is immortal, and that we are one with it. We spiral upward in this knowing, in this truth, ever evolving, ever creating, ever knowing, ever growing. How blessed I am. I declare this blessing to each and every one of you, to all those out there watching online. I know it to be true. I know it is said. I know it is. And so it is. I have a few readings for you today. From the good book by Ernest Holmes, The Science of Mind. This one's called Peace Be Unto Thee, Stranger. Peace be unto thee, stranger. Enter and not be afraid. I have left the gate open, and thou art welcome to my home. There is room in my house for all. I have swept the hearth and lighted the fire. The room is warm and cheerful, and you will find comfort and rest within. The table is laid, and the fruits of life are spread before thee. The wine is here also. It sparkles in the light. I have set a chair for you where the sunbeams dance through the shade. Sit, rest, and refresh your soul. Eat of the fruit and drink of the wine. All is yours, and you are welcome. This one is from the other good book, Ecclesiastes chapter 4, verses 9 through 12. Two are better than one, because they have a good reward for their toil. For if they fall, one will lift up the other. But woe to one who is alone and falls and does not have another to help. Again, if two lie together, they keep warm. But how can one keep warm alone? And though one might prevail against another, two will withstand one. A threefold cord is not quickly broken. And from Living the Science of Mind by Ernest Holmes, Holmes says, What would happen if we would convert the energy of fear to faith, the energy of doubt and uncertainty into a feeling of belonging to the universe and being safe in it? Would not the original artist himself go forth into new creation through us? Thank you.
Check, 1, 2, thank you. Thank you, Joe. We're going to be talking about community this month, and this week we're talking about longing to belong. And I think a good way to find your place in community is to just make it. It's my favorite song by Michael Jackson. Gonna make a change for once in my life. It's gonna feel real good, gonna make a difference, gonna make it right. As I turn up the collar on my favorite winter coat, this wind is blowing my mind. I see the kids in the street, not enough to eat. Who am I to be blind, pretending not to see their needs? A summer's disregard, a broken bottle top, a one-man soul. They follow each other on the wind, you know, 'cause they got nowhere to go. That's why I want you to know I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. Na 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 na. I've been a victim of a selfish kind of love. It's time that I realize there are some with no home, not a nickel alone. Could it be really me, pretending that they're not alone? A willow deeply scarred, somebody's broken heart, and a washed out dream. They follow the pattern on the window sea, 'cause they got no place to be. That's why I'm starting with me. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make that change. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and then make the change. You gotta get it right while you got the time. You can't turn your back and close your mind. I'm starting with the man in the mirror. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make the change. You gotta get it right while you got the time. You can't turn your back and then close your mind. I'm starting with the man in the middle. Let me hear you now. I'm asking him to change his ways. No message could have been any clearer. If you want to make the world a better place, take a look at yourself and make that change.
Good job, Gilman.
So good morning, everyone. It's a little warm up here. It's a little warm up here. A little colder. So welcome to December. Can you believe it's already December? Getting ready for the holidays, the Christmas holiday time. Just came off of Thanksgiving, and I don't know about you, but I ate too much. So, like you've heard, if you haven't been here before, we are Centers for Spiritual Living, and we have this global theme for the year is Living Everyday Wonder, and for December, it's all about community. So what is this thing called community? We're longing to belong. We're wanting to belong to a community. And this is a deep longing within each and every one of us, is to belong. So Thomas More says, one of the strongest needs of the soul is for community. It says the soul yearns for attachment, for variety in personality, for intimacy and particularity. So first, we have this innate need to belong. And so, since our soul yearns it, when we're born, if we have a sense of disconnection, they call it failure to thrive. I remember that babies, a long time ago, when a baby was born prematurely, they wouldn't let you hold the baby. And they since learned that the baby needs to have that connection to the parent. So now what they do, I've seen it on shows where they ask the parent, like the father, to take his shirt off and put the baby right up against the skin. And so the baby has a sense of connection. So that's what our soul is longing for, is a sense of connection and a sense of belonging. And so we may have come from a community that did not accept us for who we were and where we are in our lives. So we're always striving for that. So why do we come to community? Because we want to belong, we want to feel safe, we want to be accepted. We want to feel at home. We want to be free to be who we are without judgment. We want to be accepted and we want to be celebrated. So yesterday we had our fair, and there was a group that came in, and Chris is here with us today. Chris is from the Tai Chi Qigong group that meets in Redlands, and I met Irmela and Richard, also from that group. And so we were talking, and I was telling him about what we do here, and he said he was going to come back, and he is here today. And then I told him about Irmela, about the vegan festival that we're going to have next week, and she said, I'm going to bring the group over. So it's this community that we're building here at Centers for Spiritual Living Redlands that accepts you right where you are, and other groups as well. I see Barbara here today and Susie here today, and they have a group also that meets here. And it's a women's group. So there's always a sense of wanting to belong to a group that accepts us right where we are for who we are, these spiritual beings that we are. So first and foremost, we are spiritual beings. We are always connected to a spiritual source, never separated, first. And then we're born into these bodies, and we long for that connection with other people. So it says, community is the invisible membrane that we all live inside. Community is where we play out our lives on a larger scale, both consciously and unconsciously. So what that means to me is you get to decide if you want to live this life consciously or unconsciously. You get to decide how you want to do that. So on a larger scale, you know, they sang songs this morning about the man in the mirror, this global thing. Sometimes we have to move out of our communities and look on a larger scale. Centers for Spiritual Living is a global new thought where we envision a world that works for everyone. And I understand why we do it, because we want to be around like-minded people. That's why we come to our groups. But we miss the gift if we forget about the larger group. So that's why here we're opening up to other groups to come in, so we don't do ourselves a disservice and we don't miss the gift of accepting people right where they are for who they are. And that's who we say we are. So we're putting that to the test. We're putting that to the test. We are not separated. We are all one. And I have this big computer in front of me today because technology was just not working this morning. So it said, it's the first circle in the ultimate creation, our largest society structure, beginning with family. So we learn how to be in our families. We learn how to show up in the world as our families. We don't call it good, we don't call it bad, it is what it is. And so we look out in the world from a lens of our upbringing. And so we tend to separate. I'm going to be over here with this group because I mostly identify with this group. And this is where I feel comfortable and this is where I feel safe. And then maybe someone told us not to identify or not to be friends with these kind of people or those kind of people. I remember when I don't remember how many years ago, but remember when people had that little punk rock, like mohawk thing, like a rooster? And everybody that looked like that group was in that group. And everybody else was kind of scared of that group. And then my daughter, one time she wanted to wear all black, black lipstick, black clothes. So she hung out with the kids that wore black lipstick and black clothing because they felt, they felt safer together. But the gift is how to live with each other and how to accept each other for just who we are and allow you to be who you are as you allow me to be who I am unapologetically. Because that is when we win. That is when we can see a world that works for everyone, is when we do that and we allow that. Right? Okay. So, when we do that, we get to celebrate our uniqueness. We get to celebrate your uniqueness, our uniqueness, when we do that. Because true belonging only happens when we present our authentic, imperfect selves to the world. Our sense of belonging can never be greater than our level of self-acceptance, and Brene Brown says that. So first, I have to accept Sonja for Sonja. I have to accept me for me, warts and all. I don't have any warts. But when I accept me, when I accept Sonja for Sonja, and I know that Sonja is created, is an individualized expression of the one power, one purpose, one spirit, living in and as through me, as me, when I can accept her and love her just the way she is, then I can do the same for you. I can do the same for you. There are two emotions. Well, one is a feeling. The feeling of love. It's positive. It's positive. So we should come from that feeling of love when we do anything. Let's start here with love and then send it out and respond accordingly. There's another emotion that's fear. And fear can get us in all kinds of trouble. We have to make a conscious decision on where we're operating from. Are we operating from love? Are we operating from fear? Because if we're operating for fear, we have to look at that. Where is it coming from? Why am I operating from here? What am I afraid of? Who am I afraid of? And so here at Centers for Spiritual Living, we have to do the deep work. And this is our deep work to do, is to peel back the layers of where we come from, what we were told, what we were taught, and what we believe about ourselves and then about others in the world. And we have to look at our reactions to certain situations and determine where are we coming from? Where are we operating from? Are we consciously operating from that place where we say that we're never separated from spirit, that we're all individualized expressions of God, and I see the face of God when I look at each and every person in this room and out there and over there and over there? We have to do the deep work. In Centers for Spiritual Living, we have this global theme that says, we envision all people, all beings, and all life as expressions of God. We see a world in which each and every person lives in alignment with their highest spiritual principles, emphasizing unity with God and connection with each other. Connection with each other. That is our higher state of consciousness, and that is where the action is. We envision humanity awakening to its spiritual magnificence and discovering the creative power of thought. A world where each and every person discovers their own personal power and ability to create an individual life that works within a world that works for everyone. So, you can be you, have what you want, get what you want, and I can be me. Have what I want, get what I want, be what I want. And it doesn't encroach on what you're doing or who you are, none of that. So we have to get rid of that fear, move from fear into faith, and know that the power back of everything is in you as you, operating right here, right now, all the time. No separation. No separation. We envision a world in which we live and grow as one global family that respects and honors the interconnectedness of all life. A world where this kinship with all life prospers and connects through the guidance of spiritual wisdom and experience. We envision a world where personal responsibility joins with societal conscience in every area, political, corporate, academic, social sectors, providing sustainable structures to further to emerge global consciousness. That's what we envision. And there's a lot of other we envision statements. I'm not going to read every one. I just wanted to get down to the nuts and bolts of who we are and what we believe and how we make this world a better place and how we move into this community from this community to a larger community to a global community. Seeing everyone as that spiritual expression of God. You right here, right now, have all the spirituality you will ever need, you will ever have, all the wisdom, because you are connected to a higher source. You have a higher purpose in this life. If you're here breathing this beautiful air, there is more for you to do. There is more for you to do. There is more for all of us to do. So Maya Angelou says, we are not our brother's keepers. We are our brothers and we are our sisters. We must look past complexion and see community. We must look past complexion, ideology, gender expression, all of that, and just see community. That is who we are. That is who we are. And so this place is a community. And, I want to back up a little bit. Because we're in community, we may have some bumps, bruises, some missteps, and some mishaps, some dysfunction. Because remember, we're all operating from our own lens. I remember when we were in school, I'm still in school, by the way, but I remember one of the classes, one of the students, she's a minister now, her name is Tammy. When we were in class, we had these two phrases we would say. The first one was, ouch. And then the second one was, oops. So if I say ouch, that means that something pricked me. Something in the conversation may have pricked me. So I say ouch. That person can hear me say ouch and say oops. And now we can have conscious communication on what it was and what happened, and we can clear it up. Because in our spiritual communities, we want to make sure that we're serving each other, that no one's leaving here with hurt feelings, because we're all coming from a different place and a different lens, maybe even different cultures. So I may say something that I'm used to saying to people that look just like me and they understand what I mean, but in someone else coming from somewhere else, another culture, and never heard that before, might be like, what is she talking about? She's harsh or aggressive or mean or whatever. And I didn't even mean it that way. I didn't even mean it that way. So we have to open up this dialogue for conscious communication so we can all be in community together and happy and loving and supportive. Because when do we need our spiritual community? When we're going through trials and troubles in our lives, but we want to come here and we don't want to be judged. And we want to come here and we want to be loved on and nurtured. I don't want to see you when you're smiling. I want to see you when you're smiling. But I also want to see you when you're in pain, you're going through something, because we hold a higher consciousness and a higher vision, and maybe because you're in the picture, you can't see your way through it, but we hold this for you, and we can see and know who you are, the truth of who you are, right where you are. That's what we do here. Powerful affirmative prayer. And we can hold that consciousness of love and peace and joy and harmony or whatever it is, prosperity, abundance for you, until you can hold it for yourself, until you can see it for yourself, until you can manifest it for yourself. That's what we want to do. Mother Teresa said, if we have no peace, it is because we have forgotten that we belong to each other. The bigger truth is that we already belong by simply the fact that we are here. By simply the fact that we are here, we belong. We belong. I was out there talking, I saw these people, they were walking by, and I went outside and talked to them, and there was this lovely gentleman and this lady, and they were out there, and they were like, oh, what kind of center is this? How long you been here? And I said, oh, it's been here 54 years, blah, blah, blah. We're talking. And he said, I can tell you why some people are not going to come here. I said, really, why? Because you have that sign up there. And I said, you know what? Everybody's at choice. Everybody's at choice. The one on the building, on top of the building. Everyone is at choice. I'm not here to convince someone to come through the doors, to accept this philosophy, this doctrine. Is not my job. My job is to stand up here and speak truth, and speak into you and pour into you the truth of your being so you know who you are and whose you are, and support you right where you are, for wherever you are, whoever you are. That is what I am here to do, and that is what we're here to do as this Center for Spiritual Living Redlands. So, there is a Lutheran minister named Nadia Bolin-Weber, and she's so cool. She's so cool. But she says her church is called, she serves as the founding pastor of the House of All Sinners and Saints. It's an evangelical Lutheran church in Denver, Colorado. But this is what she says. She says, it was important to me that the house of all sinners and saints be a place where no one had to check at the door their personality or part of their stories that seemed unchristian. I wanted a place where something other than how we respond to rules was at the center of our life together. I love that. I love that. You don't have to check your personality at the door. You can come on in just who you are, just where you are. Come on through the doors. And we will be community together, because this is how we learn how to navigate. This is how we learn how to work. This is where we do our work. This is where we learn how to navigate and be with each other, just who we are, just where we are. And that's what we say we do here at Centers for Spiritual Living. That's what we say we are. So we have to live it. We have to be the demonstration of it each and every day, in each and every way. So the science of mind leads people into wholeness. Wholeness is both an individual experience and peace and wholeness expressed through the collective expression of oneness. So being in community, creating and inviting space that not only the individual but community flourishes, assist in creating a world that works for everyone. That's what we are, and that's who we are. So, in closing, when I choose to embody belonging, I acknowledge my unique gifts and I prepare myself to share them in the service of a bigger ideal, this bigger idea of conscious community. And a candle is a small thing, but one candle can light another. And see how its own light increases as a candle gives its flames to others, and you, and you, and you, and you, and all of us on social media, you are that light. You are that candle. So as you light this one inside of you, we can pass that light to others and allow them to shine their light. So that's what we want to do. So in this week, I invite you to just acknowledge who you are and where you are. Just acknowledge yourself. Do some self-care for yourself. You know, check in with yourself. Just check in. Check in. See how you're feeling. See if right there in that moment, are you feeling love? Are you feeling fear? And then go within. We say go within, meditate. Listen. Listen to that guidance. Listen to that God spirit within you that's guiding you, that's wanting, that's knocking at the door. But sometimes we're so busy with this and that and social media and this thing over here and that thing over there that we just don't stop to listen. So I invite you to do that this week. So acknowledge now, right here, right now, by putting your hand over your heart, please, saying the words, I belong. I belong. I belong. I belong. I belong. I belong. Thank you, and so it is.
Keeping with that idea of community, we have all kinds of, of course, we have Sunday morning meetings just like this one with folks online and folks in the room, and we have various groups that meet throughout the week and throughout the month here as well. We were privileged this morning to have two of the leaders of one of the groups, and I'm going to ask them to come forward now to tell you about that. This is the Divine Feminine Circle that meets once a month here, and if you'd stand in front of the pulpit so that I can see you on camera, then these are two divine feminines here. There's two experienced practitioners, Barbara Yankee and Susie Ammons.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, good morning. Good
This
to
is
be here.
Susie, I'm Barbara, and we do the Divine Feminine Circle on the first Monday of every month right here in this sanctuary. We have been meeting in the morning, but I do want to let you know that our meeting tomorrow is in the afternoon. We're trying something new. We're going to meet tomorrow, 1 p.m., here in the sanctuary, and it's just a wonderful chance for us to get together, share some thoughts about the season and what we can deepen our understanding of each other and our place in the universe. So, as divine feminine beings, do you want to add anything?
And a wonderful time to listen to each other with great honor and respect for yourself and for another. Yeah, it's very safe. And we meet back there in the library part of the sanctuary, and all are welcome. All women are welcome.
Hope to see you there.
Yes.
Thank you.
I've heard it my whole life. The nicest guys always finish last. Look out for yourself, they say. The golden rule is just a thing of the past. People say fighting dirty is the only game that the world's gonna understand. But not me, not today. 'Cause that's not the way that I play. I say love wins. Love wins, yeah. can cheat, you can lie, but by and by, love wins, yeah, yeah. Love wins, love. They say it's a real cruel world. I read the same morning paper as you. I know these are real hard times. Some people never even make it through. Well, it seems like the devil's working overtime, but he's got the upper hand. But hold on, take a look, 'cause I read the end of the book and I know love wins. Love wins, yeah. Listen, my friend, 'cause in the end, love wins, yeah, yeah. Love wins. Call me naive, call me a fool. I still believe that love is gonna rule. Love is gonna rule. Love wins, yeah, yeah. Love wins, yeah, yeah. Love wins, yeah, yeah. Can you sing that with me? Love wins, yeah, yeah. Love wins, yeah, yeah. Love wins, yeah, yeah. Gotta keep doing it till you sing with me. Love wins, yeah, yeah. 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 Love wins.
Love wins. David, do we have our affirmation for today? So let's say this affirmation together. Wherever I go, I belong. All right. And love wins. Let's let love win. Okay, so now it's time for our conscious giving. So I invite you to consider that the same portal from which you give is indeed the same portal from which you receive. So let's expand into being bigger and bolder givers as well as bigger and bolder receivers. So join me by placing your tithes and gifts and offerings over your heart as we affirm together. Can you put it on the screen? Just take a deep breath. Just breathe in that beautiful breath of God. As we say this together, from the love of pure spirit within me, I bless this gift. I send it forth to heal and bless and prosper. It is evidence of my faith and my belief. It does great work in the world, and it returns to me multiplied abundantly. And so it is.
Thank you for giving. Thank you for receiving. And thank you for being who you are. Thank you for breathing. And thank you for believing. And thank you for being who you are. The universe is flowing with love that's ever growing. And you are a vessel of that love. So thank you for caring, and bless you for your sharing, and thank you for being who you are. Thank you for being who you are.
I bless these tithes and gifts and offering, knowing that they are sufficient to cover the needs of CSL Redlands, which is a successful idea in the mind of God. How good it is to speak this word and to know this truth now, and together we say, and so it is. Now, one of the things that we talked about is after our meeting was this affirmation. So you should have one on your desk or your table or your chair. We'll get you one. So this is our affirmation for CSL Redlands, and we want you to take these home with you and just repeat them. Repeat it every day if you need to. Just repeat it every day. And so I just invite you to go within. Just go within to that secret place of the Most High, where we know that God resides. How good it is to know that we are always connected to that one power, one presence, one source. That there is no separation. There has never been and there never ever will be. That this power moves, lives, and has its being in and through you right where you are and right who you are. It is right and perfect. And I know that it is love, unconditional love, abiding grace, faith, pure spirit, abundance, prosperity, perfect health, and wholeness. It is wisdom. It is life affirming. It is all that. It is you. It is me. And we get to be this and express this in the world. We get to know it for ourselves, and we get to send it out and share it with the world. This thing called community is who we are. We're always connected. There's this beautiful grid. They call it the Indira grid, or net. And it connects each and every one of us. And I've seen it in my meditation, how we're all connected in this beautiful, 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 beautiful life, this beautiful life. We are spiritual beings having a human experience. And we have the opportunity each and every day to go in, to check in, and to live consciously, to get the mental equivalent of what we want, and bring that forth into manifestation. We have the opportunity to live the demonstration that we talk about each and every week of God and who's in who we are, and how this wisdom that's running through us, flowing through us all the time, no separation, we get to be the demonstration of that in this world. And as I do it for me, I allow that, and I just allow you to do it for you. Be the change you want to see in the world by living this thing called life consciously. You are blessed. You are loved right where you are. And if you can pull this affirmation that we talked about, if you can open up your eyes and let's just read it together. If you have it in front of you, it's right here on the screen. And we can read that together. Anything and everything that has heretofore blocked, hindered, deferred, denied, or delayed my highest and best good in regards to receiving my abundance and supply has no power and is released back to the nothingness from which it came and is replaced with the truth that God is at hand now as my divine source, supply, and sufficiency now. And so it is. Thank you.
I used to think I'd always be alone, separate, misunderstood. I spent my days in quiet desperation, but on the outside things looked good. Then I discovered the error of my thinking, the lie at the base of all my fear. So simple, it turned my world around. Oh, why did it take so many years? Now I am walking with my eyes wide open, knowing with my mind wide open, loving with my heart wide open, walking with my eyes wide open. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open, knowing with my mind wide open, loving with my heart wide open, walking with my eyes wide open, wide open. There is no separation, no matter what it looks like. There is no separation, no matter what they say. No separation except from what I imagine. And I imagine separation's gone away. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open. I am going with my mind wide open, loving with my heart wide open, walking with my eyes wide open. Now I am walking with my eyes wide open, knowing with my mind wide open, loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, walking with my eyes wide open. I am going with my mind wide open, with my heart wide open, walking with my eyes wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, knowing with my mind wide open, loving with my heart wide open. I am walking with my eyes wide open, wide
And again, I want to thank everyone. Well, Joe talked about it in his, when he did his invocation, but thank everybody who came out to support us and volunteer, because without volunteering, we can't do the things that we do, and we cannot put on the events that we put on. So thank you all those who showed up yesterday and volunteered, and there's more volunteer opportunities available.